What's up, traders? Welcome back to the channel. If you were watching the markets today, May 21st, 2026, you witnessed absolute chaos. We're talking about $PCLA, PCLA Inc., doubling in value with a mind-blowing 116.4% surge on a brand new wireless mesh technology. Announcement. One stock. One day. Over 27 million shares traded. But that's not even the craziest part of today's action. Stick around because we're breaking down 5 massive gainers and 5 brutal losers that could set up tomorrow's biggest opportunities. Let's dive in. Alright, let's set the stage for what went down today. May 21st brought some serious volatility across the small cap and micro cap space. We're seeing heavy volume across the board. We're talking 2x relative volume on multiple tickers. This is the kind of day that separates traders who are paying attention from those who are sleeping. At the wheel, the winners were massive. But so were the losers. This is exactly the kind of action that creates opportunities if you know where to look. Today was all about news catalysts, earnings reports, and technical breakdowns. Let's break down exactly what moved each of these stocks. Let's start with the monster gains. Number 1. PCLA, PCLA Inc. Up 116.4% to $3.03 per share with absolutely massive volume. 27 million shares traded at 1.0x relative volume. The catalyst here is crystal clear. They just unveiled what they're calling a game-changing wireless mesh technology. This is the kind of announcement that can move penny stocks hard. And today it absolutely did. When you see a 116% move, you're looking at short co. ND to give back gains just as fast. Number 2. NCPL, Net Capital Inc. Up an absolutely bonkers 76.3% to $0.80 per share. Here's the kicker. 258 million shares traded at 2.0x relative volume. That's insane volume. The news? Third quarter fiscal 2026 earnings results and a strategic earnings call highlighting new directions. When you see that kind of volume combined with earnings news, you're looking at a fundamental shift in sentiment. NCPL WA. See this run toward $1.25, $1.50. Number 3. QBTX. Up 69.6% to $20.25 with 18.7 million shares traded at 2.0x relative volume. This is interesting because the news mentions D-Wave Quantum has been cut in half, and there's talk about leveraged ETFs. What we're seeing here is likely a technical bounce or short covering in a quantum tech play that got absolutely decimated. When a stock gets cut in half, shorts can pile on. And all it takes is 5 and potentially $30 resistance. Number 4. ATPC. Agape ATP. Up 67.5% to $3.50 with massive 93.8 million share volume at 2.0x relative volume. The catalyst is Q1 earnings where they posted EPS of -$0.33 versus -$3.63 a year ago, with sales hitting $273.6 million. That's a massive improvement year over year. This is a classic turnaround story. When a company goes from losing big to losing less, and their revenue is climbing. This earnings momentum continues. Number 5. RGTX. Up 64.4% to $29.72 with 10.7 million shares traded at 2.0x relative volume. But here's the thing. This one has a trading halt attached to it. When you see gains this big with a trading halt, you know something major just dropped. It could be positive news, a buyout announcement, a partnership, or something else entirely. Trading halts actually create opportunity because when the halt lifts, absolutely brutal for some traders. Number 1. $QBTZ. Down 67.2% to $4.97 with 21.2 million shares traded. Notice the pattern here. This ticker is also mentioned in connection with leveraged ETFs and quantum tech. This is likely the inverse or short leveraged version of some quantum play. When the tech rallies hard, these leveraged inverse ETFs get absolutely destroyed. This is a minus 67% move, which means if you were holding this, your account due for trading, not holding long term. Number 2. $RGTZ. Down 61.8% to $4.68 with massive 72.9 million share volume. Again, we're seeing the pattern. This appears to be another leveraged or inverse ETF getting absolutely demolished. The news mentions these 3 ETFs are suitable for ultra-bearish investors, which tells us this is a bearish leveraged instrument that completely failed today. When the market rallies, bearish leveraged instruments him. Ionary tale about using leverage. Number 3. $APLZ. Down 42.8% to $2.75 with 6.3 million shares traded. No news attached to this one, which means it's either catching a sector sell-off or had bad news that hasn't been announced yet. When a stock drops 42% with no clear catalyst, there's usually something brewing. The $2.75 level is now support. But I'd watch closely for $2.50 and potentially $2.00 as this continues to sell off. Number 4. $0.00 as this continues to sell off. Number 4. $AEHL. Antelope Enterprise Holdings. Down 32% to $1.98 with 2.8 million shares traded. The news here mentions a $190,000 realized gain, which is small potatoes for any public company. This is not a catalyst, and yet the stock is getting hit. What we're likely seeing here is profit taking or sector weakness affecting this stock. The $1.98 level is support. But watch for $1.50, $1.75 as the next pot. $0.75 as the next potential washout. Number 5. $GMM. Global MoFi. Down 30.6% to $1.00 with just 599,530 shares traded. This is the lowest volume of any loser, but still a serious decline. The news mentions strategically participates in new financing round, which is actually positive news. But somehow the stock is getting hammered. This could be dilution concerns or the market questioning the wisdom of this particular financing. The $1.00 layer. So what do we watch for tomorrow? First, monitor that $RGTX trading halt lift. When halts lift on stocks that are up 64%, things can move fast. Have your level alerts set up. Second, watch $PCLA's follow through. This 116% move is insane. The question is, does it build on this momentum? Or do we see profit taking? Watch for support at $2.50 and resistance at $3.50. New highs could be coming, or we could see it give back 50% of gains. Third, keep an eye on NCPL's consolidation. With 258 million shares traded, we've got serious volume. The question is whether the $0.80 level holds as support. If it does, $1.00 could be tested. If it breaks, we could see $0.60 get hit. Fourth, sector rotation is worth monitoring. Quantum stocks and tech were hot today. Keep tabs on what's leading tomorrow. Is it tech, biotech, energy? The sector leaders tell you where money is flowing. Fifth, watch the inverse leveraged ETFs like $QBTX and $RGTZ. If the market sells off even slightly tomorrow, these could bounce hard as their underlying assets decline. But remember, these are trading instruments, not investments. Finally, set alerts on the losers. $APLZ with no news is suspicious. $GMM at the $1.00 level is critical. These could reverse hard if sentiment shifts. Or they could break down further. That's where the next potential moves are. The key tomorrow is watching for continuation, reversal, and confirmation. The trades that print money are the ones where you're ahead of the narrative, not chasing it. Every single day after market close, we break down the top gainers and losers so you never miss a major move. Whether it's massive runners like $PCLA, or brutal crashes like $QBTX and $RGTZ, we're covering the catalysts, the volume, the levels, and what it means for your portfolio. Subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification so you get alerted the moment we publish. Tomorrow we're going to cover a completely brand new set of movers. And based on today's action, there's going to be plenty to break down. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. See you tomorrow. If you want deeper analysis on these stocks, better charting tools, and real-time alerts, head over to TDVW.com. That's TDVW.com. We've got screeners that catch moves like $PCLA before they explode, and community forums where traders share setups daily. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in tomorrow's market recap.